Hello there, Aries. Welcome to your May reading from me, Joey, the Starry-Eyed Hedge Witch, and we are using the Seed and Sickle Oracle this month to pull a plant spirit, which is going to give you insight, advice, and support throughout the witchiness that is coming in May. So, without further ado, let us pull a card. Just to mention, we are using the Dawn version of the reading. You can have a dawn or a dusk reading with this oracle deck. You can check out more about that on YouTube right now. I have a video talking all about it. Joey Morris, Seed and Sickle, if you're interested. The cards are some of my favourite. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. Do. Oh, finally. Right. You've got Lily of the Valley, my darlings. I'm just going to hold that up because you can't see it so well because it's so shiny and bright. But I'm so pleased. We've got a spring card, thank goodness. It's been all autumn so far, Aries, and you have broken the cycle, broken the mold. So that's wonderful. Let's have a look what is said about it. Lily of the Valley blooms at the same time as the nightingale returns from its yearly migration. I mean, that's fascinating, all right. Legend claims this is because the lily fell in love with the nightingale's beautiful song, but the lily was too shy to confess its feelings. The nightingale is none the wiser and leaves each year for warmer climes. Don't let your reservations hold you back, or you may find an opportunity is gone before you have the chance to take it. There is courage in being bold, and others will only know what you want once you have the strength to say it. Are you feeling shy, Aries? That's not like you. Okay, so within this energy, we are going to be having a look at some of the herbal magic from Patheos, written by Lilith Dorsey, to see what energies are also coming up for you in the month of May. So, Lily of the Valley is a tiny, delicate flower full of magic. Ruled by the element of air, this botanical is said to foster communication, improve memory, mental stability, purity, and peace. May Lily consistency, and ladder to heaven are some of the other names for this plant. So that's really interesting. This is directly tying to May for you guys. According to the herbalist Culpeper, there's an old English legend from Sussex that Saint Leonard fought against a great dragon in the woods near Horham, and whenever his blood fell, lilies of the valley sprang up to commemorate the desperate fight. The woods still bear the name St. Leonard, and the forest floor is still covered in lilies of the valley. Blooming this time of the year, it makes traditional appearances on Beltane altars and offerings. Oh, it's perfect for the month for you guys. You guys are in line with nature, apparently. Beautiful. Lily of the Valley is believed to magically connect the head and the heart. Aha! I think this is what we're actually looking at. I don't know that you guys are feeling shy. Check out your sun, moon, and rising for more in case there's more to be known about this situation. It opens the pathways in our mind to allow access to higher spheres of consciousness. Spiritually, it pairs well with crystals such as amethyst quartz or amber. You can use the flower, leaves, or powdered root in spell work. According to the legendary Victorian language of flowers, if you receive this bloom, it meant happiness would return to you. Partially for this reason, people use it in workings to return a lost love or heal a divided relationship. So that again ties into that nightingale's energy. And nightingales are known for their song. So, what have you not been saying? Have you been not saying things in your heart because it's too romantic and squishy? Maybe it's that. Both the gods Apollo and Mercury rule over this plant. It can help with communication and messages from this world and other realms as well. You can combine Lily of the Valley with some of the other plants from the below list to create your own fairy garden, such as primrose, Irish moss, ferns, violets, oxalias, or lavender. Like many botanicals, parts of it can be toxic. Take special care with the berries in particular. Please proceed with caution and good judgment. So, there you go. There's also a little more information from Good Witches Magic, which I'm going to pull up as well. It's interesting how it's pouring into a bowl of water, like dew off the lily. That reminds me very much of like the Beltane tradition of like washing your face with the dew of first morning on Beltane to become beautiful or more beautiful. Okay, here's a little bit more. Native to most European countries, Lily of the Valley is a favourite of people everywhere, cherished and revered for its symbolism and folklore. We've already heard about. Yeah. It's considered the sign of Christ's second coming. Gosh, I hope that would be interesting, wouldn't it? And is often considered a ladder to heaven. Lily of the Valley was used extensively for medicine. Several elaborate recipes exist for creating concoctions from this plant. One of these was written by John Gerard, a 16th century English botanist. He said that if you put blossoms from Lily of the Valley into a glass, set the glass in an anthill and cover it for a month, the liquid found in the glass would be invaluable for treating the pain and grief of gout. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe not. Another early botanist suggested the flowers distilled in wine would restore speech to those who have dumb palsy. Again, not sure about that, Aries. I don't know that we want to do that. Despite its reputed powers, all parts of the plant are considered somewhat poisonous. Like the foxglove, it contains substances that are used to strengthen the heart, but should never be used without consulting a doctor first. Sometimes used to treat patients recovering from a stroke, it seems particularly effective for helping restore speech. So that was true. So there you go. Often carried in bridal bouquets, a lily of the valley is sometimes considered the fifth thing a bride should carry, right after something old, new, borrowed, and blue. The Dutch carry this a bit further and often plant pips of the lily of valley in the garden a couple owns. Each time the plants bloom year after the year, the couple is supposed to celebrate a renewal of their love. So there you go. So it does have this kind of romantic essence to it, as well as, blood of a saint, apparently. All right, so what are we looking at in May for you guys? Well, I think it really does feel like an energy of it is what you make of it. There is this energy around this particular plant where there are beginnings that can be spoken into being. I do feel like you've been a little bit too much in your focus, not allowing any connections or not allowing enough of a connection, perhaps of matters of the heart. Perhaps you have been reluctant to even consider romantic entanglements for a little while, Aries, because you don't want it to be taking away from whatever else it is that you're doing. It feels like the energy has been very go for you for a while. You've been very invested. You might have been quite sexual even with individuals, but then you've kind of like, I don't know that I want to catch feelings. Maybe there's some of that happening. I feel like there is also a healing energy between your head and your heart happening in the month of May. There's a lot of eclipse energy. There is a lot of scorpionic energy towards the later half of the month in the full moon. So you're going to have to do the internal work, and it may be a reluctance to dive into your emotional body a little bit going forward into this Taurus season, which is crossing over into Gemini. So you may have a real reluctance to speak to your feelings, but you're going to have to, or you're going to find yourself blocked. So there you go. That's what I feel for you guys. You might be feeling a little bit a little bit lightheaded, a little bit, especially when Gemini season hits. There might be kind of a lot of like flirty, fun, silly energy around for you, Aries, but make sure you're not escaping the realm of your heart by engaging with that too much. Okay, all right. So if you would like to hear more, you can, of course, hop on over to Patreon right now, where we pull a card every month for the astral insights. We outline the astrology for the month and how it's going to impact us, and we do a weekly pull from Tarot and Oracle to help us get around the week, to help us rock around the clock, and people really do love that, and I think it's super helpful. So please come on over. Many blessings, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.